Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do after that, after we have Oracle up and running and we have our CentOS ISO image downloaded, we're going to create our virtual machine. So on Oracle VirtualBox Manager, you're going to click on New, name your server, we're going to call it Red Hat Server. Make sure it's listed as Linux, and for the type, and for version, make sure that it's Red Hat 64. Click on Next. And then for the memory size, RAM, we want to make sure that we have at least 2 gigabytes or gigabits. But for my sake, I'm actually going to increase mine to 3, so that's going to be 3072 megabytes. Click on Next. And then for your hard drive, your hard disk, make sure that yours is selected as Create a Virtual Hard Disk Now. Click on Create. Make sure it's VDI, VirtualBox Disk Image. Click on Next. And I suggest leaving it as dynamically allocated. Alright, file location and size. Make sure you select whichever file location you desire. I'll leave it as the default for me. And for the size of my hard disk, I'm going to increase it to 20 gigabytes. Click on Create, and it is ready. Now, once you have that, I suggest clicking on Settings, go to System, and at Pointing Device under Motherboard tab, click on it. And for me, I always select the USB multi-touch tablet because for some strange reason, whenever I leave it at mouse, I do not have access to the mouse. Alright, from there, you're going to click on OK, and then start the machine. Now, once you've started your machine, you should get a pop-up box like this. It says Select Startup Disk. Now from here, we're going to click on there, and then make sure that you select your ISO image. Now for us, we're going to be using the CentOS 8, so click on that, click Start, and it should begin. Also, if you don't want a tiny little screen like this, click on View, Scaled Mode, and it'll make it a little larger. I suggest not worrying about testing the media. Move up to Install CentOS. So click on that. Okay. Now that we are ready, we're going to select the language. Now for myself, I'm going to be selecting English, and English over here. Continue. Now under localization, make sure it says keyboard English, language support English, and then click on time and date. Under time and date, make sure that you have the correct time zone selected. For me, it's going to be the New York side. Make sure the time is correct and click Done. From there, you're going to skip Software and go over to System and click on Network and Hostname. Under here, you should see Ethernet EMP0S3. To the right, you're going to select there to turn the Ethernet actually on and click Done. And for now, we are going to leave the host name the same. We'll be changing that at a later time. All right, and then select on Software Selection. You're going to make sure that under the base environment, we just want a server with GUI. We're not going to add any additional software for the selected environment either. We just want the server with GUI. Click on Done. Then click on Installation Destination. Everything should be good on here, so you don't need to make any changes. And click on Done. And then your system should be ready to go. And then you'll click on Begin Installation. From here, while the installation is being completed, you can change some user settings such as the root password and create a user. So we'll do that for now. So click on root password. And for this, we're going to make it very easy and just type in password. And then retype that again. Click on Done. It's going to give you a warning. You're just going to click Done again. And then for user creation, click on there, make a username Michael. And for Michael's password, we're going to put password as well and confirm. And click done. And done again. And then the system is going to continue on to install. All right, now that the installation is complete, we can go ahead and click reboot. All right, so there's one thing that we're going to have to do first before we actually complete the rebooting process. We need to make sure that our Red Hat server is selected, go to settings, and go to storage. And from here, we want to remove this CentOS ISO from the actual drive. So what we need to do is click on here and click on remove disk from virtual drive. You're probably not going to see this in your screen, but it's going to be at the very bottom. It will say remove disk from virtual drive. Click on that, and that'll make sure that our virtual disk drive is empty. Then click OK. And then our system should be good to go for rebooting.
You may need to close the dialog box for the Red Hat server and press start to restart the server. So as you can see, the Red Hat server is now booting. This may take some time, so please be patient.
There's one step that we forgot to do, so make sure that we accept the licensing agreement. So click there, and also done, and then finish configuration.
Now that the system is ready, we're going to log in as Michael. So click on Michael's name or press enter or space, type in the password, and then you can start with the next lesson.